If you don't like your life, change it. If you don't like your life, change it. There are so many things in your life that you do have control over, that you are in charge of, that you can change. I'm telling you, stepping out of victim mentality and stepping into your power is life changing, life altering. Your vision is different. Your whole world changes. It's like you stepped into a new world when you step out of victim mentality. And a part of victim mentality is feeling like you cannot change your life, or you're stuck, or you can't. You can't have it your way. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Whatever it is in your life that you know you are not happy with, instead of trying to endure, or instead of trying to reach a state of permanent tolerance, change it. You should not have to tolerate something that you can change. Why? If you can change it, why tolerate it? Tolerating should be a last resort. I've gotten some comments when I was living here in Hawaii, and now that I'm back here visiting, people want to know, how did you move to Hawaii? How did you move? How did you move? I'm not trying to sound mean, but I honestly feel like anyone that really wanted to move to Hawaii would not be asking those questions. I'm not some type of guru. I found out how to move across the country and move across the ocean with Google. I found out via Google. Now I can give suggestions on specific things like what car company did I use to ship my car. I can give some specifics on my personal opinion as far as what neighborhood to move in. But as far as just the general question of how do I move to Hawaii, I just feel like you haven't decided yet. When you decide that you want to make a big move in your life, you start researching the heck out of it. You're still on the question of how do I move? You move anywhere just like you move anywhere. Big move is only big because you put that label on it. A move is a move. No matter where you go, in the country, out the country, in town, out of town, a move is a move. The whole thing of, oh, I'm going to be away from family. If you are stuck in that mindset, you're never going to move. And so you have to know that about yourself and stop desiring to move, because you know you're not going to do it because you need to be close to family. So which one is more important to you? And this all comes down to, what can you live with and what can't you live with? Can you live going your whole life saying, dang, I really want to move here, but I also want to be close to family? Do you want to live your whole life saying those two things? Or do you want to try to move somewhere away from family and see how that feels, and see if FaceTime will suffice, and see if flying back and forth will fuel your need to be close to your family? Are you willing to give that option a try? Or are you just going to keep on saying that that's not an option? The choice is yours. But making the decision to make a big move, or anything, quit your job, whatever seems very scary and like uncharted territory, that starts with you deciding that the unknown is worth the what ifs. Until you've decided that, you're never going to make the move. Or by the time you do, you're going to be kicking yourself, wishing that you had done it sooner. Because when you realize, oh, that wasn't as bad, I hyped that up too much, or I thought of all the worst case scenarios and maybe only one of them happened out of a bunch. Nothing's going to be smooth, nothing's going to be perfect. There's going to be bumps in every road that you take. But you got to be willing to make the drive. You got to be willing to take the leap of faith. And once you decide that you want to do something, after the decision, at least for me, at least, the very next step is for me to research, armoring myself with knowledge on this particular thing so that I feel equipped to handle any obstacle that comes my way. And then any obstacle that comes my way that was not foreseen and completely unexpected, what do you have to do in that moment? You have to immediately jump into problem solving mode. This just reminded me. When I was like 19, I was selling goods on eBay. I had been selling goods on eBay since like 15, 16. And so when I was 19, I started selling goods from the outlet stores. I was doing a lot of retail arbitrage. So I would go to the outlet stores and I would get super, super discounted brand name things and resell them on eBay. This is when you still make a profit doing that. I don't think you can make a profit doing that now. But back then you could. And I remember I was taking the leap from just thrift store goods, which I was comfortable with. That was my comfort zone, going thrifting, finding these hidden gems, and then reselling them on eBay. I was stepping into a new level of getting brand name, brand new designer items that were more expensive for the inventory. And it was just a new territory. It's a new level up for me. And I was only 19. And I remember telling my dad some of the limiting beliefs that I had in my head about moving into selling new brand name stuff instead of vintage brand name stuff and the price tag that comes with that. And I was just giving him all these what if scenarios, like what if they want a refund and you can't return sale items at the outlet, so then I means I'm stuck with the item. And what if I just had all these what if coming over me when I was thinking about going into this new level in my eBay business. And my dad just shut it all down. He just completely shut it down. He said, "You will figure it out as you go. You will never have all the right answers or all the answers before you start something. Start and figure it out as you go." And I will never forget that, because that phrase, "I'll figure it out as I go," has stuck with me. I remember that phrase anytime I get into a what if spiral. I am researching something heavy and I'm trying to find the answer to every problem that hasn't happened yet. You are trying to find answers to problems that have not happened yet. A lot of people are stuck in that. You will figure it out as you go. And that phrase calms me down every time, because that phrase has proven itself to be true in my life every single time. If one thing's for certain and two things for sure, you're going to figure it out as you go. As I've had crises that have come up in my life, as I've been in situations where I had no idea how I was going to get out of it, I got out of it. I figured it out. I got the help. I did it on my own. I found the money. Whatever the case is, the problem got solved. That confidence of just putting one foot in front of the other comes from experience. It's basically like exposure therapy. The more you do something, the more comfortable you get with it. Like, yeah, you're afraid of the ocean until you actually go in the ocean a lot of different times, doing different activities, different events, and you get comfortable with the ocean. Exposure therapy. If you don't expose yourself, you're gonna continue to be scared. You're gonna continue to go down a what if spiral, and your life is not gonna change. So which one are you okay with? Figuring it out as you go, or not changing your life? The choice is yours.